With the start of the new year, I decided to jump on the bandwagon and get the platinum that almost every trophy hunter has. This time, I got Astrobot. Astrobot is a pretty straightforward platformer. What's really interesting is that Astro's Playroom was the tech demo that you got with your PS5. This is just expanding on that tech demo and it's making it a full game. It's tons of fun, you get a lot of haptic feedback from the controller, but all in all, story-wise, pretty simplistic. We got these little robots, they get attacked by an alien, and we have to save them as we go across the worlds in each galaxy. Now each world is going to have two objectives besides finishing the end of the level. We have to find every robot in the level, finding the first one gets you one bot down, and then we got to move on and find puzzle pieces. The puzzle pieces are going to be used in the main hub to build new buildings to get new upgrades. And for getting the first one, you get a puzzling start. Oh, and the fun doesn't stop there. Some of those bots, they're dressed up like your favorite characters. Early on, I found Ratchet, really happy to find him, love this guy. But what really makes the game shine is how Team Asobi was able to make each world feel different depending on the equipment you get. Here you get a little octopus that fills with air, but it also gives haptic feedback to the PS5 controller, so you really feel that pull each time you use something. Here you get the Go-Go Gadget Extendo arms, I was calling them for Astrobot, but these little froggy punchers punch outward so you can punch further, and you can also engage the environment differently, like with this Bulldog that blasts you forward. You can use that as an attack, or you can use it as a way to move around the map. So at the end of each world, you have a boss fight that has a gimmick with one of the pieces of equipment. So like I was saying with the Bulldog, you use it to attack him. Then once you're done with the boss fight, you get to move on to a specialized world that grabs you some extra bots, and it gets you a piece of the ship missing to build your PS5 ship. The first one you go to is a world based on Ape Escape. And basically what you want to do in each world is find every bot. That's the whole point. Once you locate every bot and rescue them, you get one of the missing pieces of your ship. You take that back, put it into your PS5 ship, and you move on to the next world. But you do get a trophy for retrieving each piece of your ship. The first one you get is unforgettable. Then the game's going to lay down each of your puzzle pieces. Right off the bat, you should get the Gotcha Lab. We're going to need to collect these little pieces for trophies later, so we're going to start now, but you get the trophy for License to Spend for unlocking it. And like I was saying, we're going to need these little pieces to unlock trophies later. We're also going to need to collect 150 of them for a trophy, but for getting your first one, you get first prize. There's also a Lost Galaxy. You can find extra levels in each level. It's kind of like Super Meat Boy. I suggest doing them when you find them. And if you're working for the Platinum, I suggest going through every world. They have these little extra ones off to the side with extra bots. You're going to need a lot of these special bots for trophies later on. You also need all the bots to get a trophy for the galaxy. So here's me getting the last bot in the galaxy. It's Monkey See, Monkey Rescue. And I'm also going to need one of these Street Fighters for a trophy later. Basically what's going to happen after you finish a galaxy is a satellite's going to fall into your main hub world. You're going to have to go find it, and then it unlocks the next galaxy. But before you do that, have some fun, get Wallbuster for knocking a wall over. Then go find your satellite, unlock that next galaxy, and keep it pushing. So as you go through the game, there's random trophies you can get here and there. Some of them I wasn't even trying to get. Like in this instance, I grabbed two enemies at once with the little froggy grabbers, and I took them out at the same time, getting double dug in. The next trophy I got on accident was for doing this part of the game where you find this sad little seed, you give him some water, he turns into a big old tree, and I just kept the water spraying in his mouth because I thought the animation was funny of him like drinking the water. Little did I know it was gonna lead to a trophy for, what is he saying? Once you move on from the first galaxy, you're going to find these voids in each of the other galaxies. They're going to take the shape of a PlayStation button, and each world is basically going to be a speed run. These were the bane of my existence in every galaxy, but I got them done, and I got the bots at the end of them. You're going to need them for the trophy for collecting all the bots in the game. The next special world is God of War. Need I say more? We have a little Kratos bot. He gives you the axe from the new God of War games, and our little Astrobot himself turns into Kratos. It's a really fun world, and if you're a big fan of the God of War games, you're really gonna like this level. I think what was really funny about this world is that I noticed one of the ravens early on in the level, and I was like, oh, it's just like the game. And then you find this secret area where there are in fact ravens for you to kill. So once you kill all of them, you do get a trophy. I didn't do it this time around, but I did get the ship part, and I kept it pushing because I was just collecting bots and puzzle pieces at this point. Oh, and I can't forget our ship parts. We come back to our hub world, we clean this piece off, put it in our ship, and we get the trophy for solid performance. Then we lay out some more puzzle pieces and we get the speeder garage, which also gets us the trophy Splash My Dash. I then went back through the Octopus Galaxy and I got all the bots getting the trophy Tentacular Spectacular. I did go back to the God of War level and I got all the ravens getting the trophy Eyes of the Allfather. I got was for using the equipment here to pause time and then get a jackpot on all of the slot machines. So it got me time to cash in, and there was a little bot stuck on the last one, so I got to rescue another one. The specialty world at the end of this galaxy is Uncharted, so here we see Nathan Drake not getting shot because, fun fact, this is a cutscene. He doesn't need to get shot right now. But we grab the gun, we turn into Nathan Drake, and we keep it pushing in an Uncharted level that I had so much fun in. Once you finish the boss fight, which is basically an Uncharted set piece straight from the game, we get the next piece of our ship, add it to the ship, and we get the trophy for doing it for you. We lay out some puzzle pieces again, and we get another trophy for Time for a Change, for unlocking the changing room. Then I went back and I did all of the extra levels and all of the void levels, getting thanks very much for rescuing all the bots in the Serpent Starway. The next trophy I got was an accident. I had this little penguin that pushed me through the water, and I saw these dolphins jumping through a hoop, and I said, I want to jump through that hoop, and then I got a trophy for jumping through hoops. Total accident. It also just so happened that as I did this next galaxy, I got all the bots before I did the final level, the specialty level, so I got Nowhere to Hide for rescuing all the bots in the level, and then immediately got Keep It Cool for recovering the cooling fan and putting it in the ship. The next place you're going to open is the Safari Park. You're going to get 2 trophies from here. One, for opening it, you get Animal Attraction. Next, it's going to give you a camera. You're going to be able to take these photos at different photo spots, but for getting your first one, you get Strike a Pose. The specialty world at the end of this galaxy is Horizon Zero Dawn. And here we have Aloy, using her bow and arrow. She's going to throw it at you, and then Astrobot is going to turn into Aloy. And once we finish this specialty world, we get the last piece of our ship, which are the outer plates. We're going to clean them off, add them to our ship, and we're going to get the trophy for Take Cover. We are still missing one last piece, but we're going to get that last piece from fighting this alien from the beginning of the game that destroyed our ship and made all of our bots go all over the galaxy. But once we finish him, we're going to get the last piece, the CPU, and we're going to get the trophy for a lot to process. And this is where my trophy journey became a 100% adventure, because I popped this little Winter Wonderland, and I got the trophy for Astro Ho Ho Ho. This led me down a rabbit hole to realize there's DLC and added on stuff to this, so I just kept it pushing. And since it was around Christmas time anyways, I just decided to stay as Santa, and I got the next trophy for Unwrapped, getting all the presents in Winter Wonderland. The next trophy I worked on was getting to the top of the tree to find that photo spot, and I got the trophy for You're a Star. I then went back to cleaning up all of the bots in the last galaxy, the Feather Cluster, and I got the trophy for Back to the Nest. Then I went and cleaned up all of the bots in the Lost Galaxy, getting the trophy Lost and Found. Then I went and hung out in the main hub for a little bit, climbed to the top of the ship, hung out with Spider-Man, and got the trophy at the top of my game. Then immediately after that, I jumped off the side here, landed on this platform, and heard all of the parts of the ship singing together to get the trophy Sing Stars. Then I took out the camera, took a photo of a group shot, and got the trophy for Thick as Thieves for getting Lara Croft and Nathan Drake together. They're somewhere in there. Then I kept it pushing on the 100% challenge I set for myself, and I decided to do some of the Vicious Void challenges. These are just finishing really hard levels. The first one we're going to get is Pumping Rescue for saving Cloud Strife. And then some of those levels were really hard, so I decided to go back and do some side trophies like the Jammer Slammy for getting the Slam Dunk in the Construction Derby. Then I went back to the Ape Escape level and I grabbed this golden butterfly to get the trophy Net Profit. Trekking back to the Uncharted level, I got the trophy here for finding all of the eggs to get the Lost Eggacy. And every time I came back to the hub, I used my coins to grab some gacha items. One of the gacha items you need is this bowling thing. It'll give you the absolute last puzzle piece so that you can get the golden statue. And if you're like me and you didn't know that and you had to look it up, don't worry, because once you get that last piece, you get Monumental Achievement for unlocking the golden statue. And make sure you interact with that statue. It'll send you up to probably the second hardest level in the game, but once you complete it, you unlock this special onion bot and you get the trophy for the golden bot. I then took a break from the Vicious Void and somehow ended up in the Stellar Speedway. These missions are going to be a little bit different from the Vicious Void. Where the Vicious Void is really difficult, these are all time-based, and you're going to see here there's two birds, a blue and a red, and basically what you want to do is outrace the red bird, because at the end of this level there are two bots. If you beat the blue one, you get the blue side bot. If you beat the red side, you get both of the bots. So every time you want to beat the red bird. You do get a trophy for getting at least one bot from each level, so the first one is Hurdle Rescue. And I did have to go back and I got each bot before I moved on, but you're going to see the first attempt here for getting the next one, which is Ice Cold Rescue. And some of these I got literally by a millisecond, so here I got both the bots and got Punchy Rescue. And for floating my way to the end, beating the red bird here, getting both the bots, I got the trophy for Breezy Rescue. This monkey arm attachment is my least favorite of the equipment that you get, but I finished this level. I got both of them somehow, and I got Flaming Rescue. After finishing those, I went back to the Vicious Void, and I got the trophy for Timely Rescue. The next level got me Thrusting Rescue for finishing Thrust or Bust. The next trophy I got was for Rooster Rescue for finishing the level Cockadoodle Doom. Then I got Barely Rescue for finishing Hard to Bear. Then I got Rolling Rescue for finishing Armored Hardcore. Moving on to the second set of Vicious Void levels, I got Springy Rescue for finishing Twin Frog Trouble. The next level got me Slimy Rescue. The next level being a monkey level, one of my least favorites, I finished it and I got Hanging Rescue. And then the last level you have to play is Mega Mix Mastery. For finishing it, you get Impossible Rescue, and it's so fitting that the final special bot you get from the hardest level in the game is Sephiroth. Now that we're done doing levels, we can do some fun stuff. So when you punch Kratos and you get him to freeze Thor, you get Thaw, God of Thunder. If you start a fight with Ryu and Ken, you get the trophy KO. This next trophy is a little hard to get, but if you knock one bot out of a wall without it falling over, you get the trophy for Keep It Together. This is the easiest way to get it. Then if you get all of your bot friends together and you start a dance party, you get Bot Bot Revolution. But if you have a little dance party with Crash Bandicoot, you get Let's Twist Again. Next, I took all of my coins and I got 150 gacha items, getting money well spent. I went back to the Horizon Zero Dawn level because I didn't realize I had to make some of these enemies run into a tripwire, and when I did, I got the trophy. What a trip. I then had to go get some more gacha items to give this guy his little archway. I think he's from the Yakuza games, but when you beat him up and get everything out of his pockets, you get Deep Pocket Dragon. Then I saved one of the easiest trophies for the end. I just punched one of these Katamari dudes. I got rolled over, getting the trophy royally stuck. And since it was the last trophy I needed, I also got the platinum, astronomical. And that was the 100% challenge in Astrobot. I also thought to myself, I can't believe I have 100% in Astro's Playroom too, that's kind of cool. Then I realized that I don't, because they added some extra trophies to the game. So I said, let's go back and get those and make this a true 100% challenge. And I'm not going to explain how to unlock these bots because I had to look it up myself, but the first one you get is Hunted Down for getting one of these Bloodborne characters. The next one you get is this astronaut. I once again couldn't explain to you who this character is or how to unlock them, but you get Deja Vu. The next bot you get is from Gran Turismo, so you get the trophy for Gran Tourist. And the Ape Escape character was arguably the worst one to figure out. If I didn't have the guide online, I never would have pieced this one together, but you get the trophy for No Escape for rescuing him. And that was the 100% challenge in Astro Bot that then became Astro's Playroom. It was a 100% Astro challenge. I had a lot of fun, new year, new trophies on the way, and this was a fun way to start the new year. Moving on, we're going to play some more games, get some more trophies, and if you stayed till the end, I really appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you later.